right, welcome back to Joints Unleashed Week 7. I'm actually on my way back home from Southern California. Had to visit some family. And just in case you guys are new here, on March 3rd, I'm running a marathon, so I'm preparing for that. And on June 8th, I'm running another Ironman. This time it's a half Ironman, but this series, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with me preparing my body, increasing my flexibility for these upcoming races. So here we go. All right, welcome back to the video series. All right, now that I'm back from Southern California, I can give you a quick little update on the progress of the programs that I've been working on. So just as a reminder, I've been doing the Knees Over Toes Guy ATG program, and then I've also been doing the Ready State by Kelly Starrett, focusing on my hips for the Ready State, and the Knees Over Toes is focusing on my knees and ankles. And last week, if you didn't see the progress or my 6-week progress, please go back to the last video and check out finally being able to, you know what, instead of telling you, let me show you. Finally being able to sit on my heels. So very, very excited to have done that. So this week, let me remind you on the first video, my goal. So I showed you that the first video was sitting on my knees or on my heels, and the second goal was to do a wrestling double leg takedown. Now, I'm not a wrestler, so even when I show you this, it's not gonna look 100% official like a wrestler. I give all respect to all the wrestlers, so please don't judge me on my wrestling double leg takedown. The whole goal was to be able to have healthy knees to do that type of movement. So I'm a grappler, I do jiu-jitsu, I'm a black belt. And with grappling, there's a lot of positions where my knees are, my knees are closed. So it's not necessarily a double leg takedown that I want to perfect. I want to be able to have the strong enough knees to do that type of movement, because we're always doing that type of movement when we're rolling around. So let me first show you the first week's video of me doing that double leg takedown movement. So here is the first video. Look at my hip, look at my heel. I should be able to get down there comfortably and fall down. Still hurts, right? But at least I'm able to do it. Not comfortably, but I can do it. Now the left side, I have total insecurity on this side. So here is, whew, that's a lot better than I expected. So again, let me do, when I'm doing it, I can hear just the knee crunch. Do it again. Okay, so that's how, and I'm sure you can tell in the movement. All right, so now that you've seen what I was able to do 6 weeks ago or 7 weeks ago, let me show you an update on what I'm capable of doing, and let's see if there's a big difference. Now, I know last week I was gonna say that I was gonna do this update, but to tell you the truth, I really didn't know if I was capable of doing what I'm gonna show you today. So there's a backstory. So when I went to jiu-jitsu class, one of the teachers, my boy Caleb and PJ, Caleb was teaching a single leg. And in my mind, as soon as he was showing the single leg, I was thinking, oh my God, my knees, I'm not gonna be able to do this. So I was kind of discouraged in my head, but I was like, you know what, let me just, I have to do it anyway, so let me just do it. And when I did the move, I was in shock because my knees didn't hurt from dropping my knee out of the ground and performing the single leg that we were performing, what we were doing. So when I spent a whole class dropping down to my knee and doing a single leg with no pain, like it's still hard for me to comprehend that all the hard work that I've been doing is now like I'm able to see it, So after the class, I was just, again, like I was in shock, and that class gave me the confidence to know that I can do it and that my knees are healthy enough to perform that. And the real test was the next day. What was my knees gonna feel like? What were my what was I gonna feel from performing movements that I haven't performed in a long time? And I will tell you this, the next day, I was sore right about here. And that was like a soreness that I have not felt in a long time. I mean, I felt quad soreness before, but for whatever reason, it was just this little piece, like right here on the side. And I knew, like, that's from doing, you know, the dropping down, that wrestling move. So I wanted to show you what my knees are capable of doing now. And again, you wrestlers, I respect you guys. This is not beautiful. I totally understand. I'm a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm not a wrestler. So don't judge too much on this double leg takedown look. All right, so in the video, I did 2 legs. I did one with the right leg lead and I did the other one with the left leg lead. And the most important thing in wrestling to take someone down is to get lower than them. And I wasn't able to get low because my knees were capable. So enough of the talking, I'm stalling, but here we go. All right, so I wasn't able to get down low on this level change and drop my knee down. That still shocks me. So again, that's the right leg. Now if I look at the left leg, right, I'm here, I got my level change, and I drive through. Woo! Like, that still shocks me that I'm able to do that. Now I need to work on my technique. Now I can start practicing it, because the biggest fear was not being able to get low. But if I shoot and someone sprawls on top of me, my fear was getting caught in this position where the person's on top of me and I can't shoot anymore and they're trying to take my back, or I gotta recover and do something else. And the reason I was afraid, because that happened to me, someone sprawled on top of me and it just bent my knee, excruciating pain. So that was the fear of my knees, not being able to get low. But now that I can get low, now I can start practicing. Now I can start practicing wrestling moves. I do have a wrestling coach that teaches me. I haven't seen him in a while because I was gonna prepare for the Ironman. But now, Royal, I am ready to call you. I'm ready to work on takedowns that allows me to drop my knee. When I saw him earlier in the year, he was teaching me wrestling moves where I didn't have to get on the ground, or that dropping my knee to the ground. He was showing me, you know, Russian ties. And the Russian ties, everything's up top, right? It wasn't me going down under the hips. And that was my coaches looking at my weakness and preparing a workout program based on my capabilities. So Royal, man, I love you. You did a wonderful job on teaching me things outside of dropping down low. That's a sign of a good coach. And Benji is preparing these, like, the curriculum based on my capabilities, which all good trainers and good coaches do. But I guess I don't have limitations anymore. I have faith in my knees, I have faith in my hips. So I can now the range of what I need to learn and can learn has now just opened. I'm no longer limited to the pain of my knees, the weakness of my knees. And I am extremely grateful. Like, this is a wonderful feeling. And the thing that makes me, I guess, the most angry, it only took 6 weeks. You mean to tell me for 10 plus years, I didn't do things because I was afraid of the pain in my knees. And if I would have known that all it took was 6 weeks of just dedication of doing it and having faith of choosing the right program, that it would all be gone in 6 weeks. So my message to you listeners and you viewers is, if there's something that you have been meaning to do and you know that that hill or that mountain is a big mountain to climb, you never know. It just might take 6 weeks to climb that mountain. Now I understand there's a lot of other challenges and real legitimate hardcore challenges. I know it might take longer than 6 weeks, but I guess have the faith that if you work on something, that you can overcome it. And you know, even me being a trainer, and I teach this to other people on other capabilities, but joints, especially my knees, I really didn't think it was possible. And yeah, it's a good feeling. So don't be afraid to do something even though the challenge is large. So I wanted to share my experience. We will see you guys on week 8. I'll give you a quick little preview that my boy Adley, the guy that I'm running the half Ironman, he will be in town next week, and we shall be getting together and hopefully either swimming or running. And we will get a clip, and I'll introduce you to Adley so that you can see the people who I surround myself with, the people who are willing to take these challenges and push themselves to go above and beyond what they think they can do to accomplish whatever these goals are. And I respect it. I have a lot of fun doing this with these people, not just for them, but doing it for me as well. So I know I was speaking a lot, and I know it's taking up a lot of time, but again, just wanted to make sure that you guys know, have faith in your work and work hard, and we'll see you next week.